Hello, welcome to the myminimaths.co.uk video tutorials. And today we're going to be identifying acute and obtuse angles and also comparing their size and placing them into order. Okay, and so we're going to look at the four different angles and decide whether they are acute or they are obtuse. So let's make two columns. We're going to have acute angles over here and obtuse angles on the right hand side. Now, how big are acute angles? Well, we know that acute angles are smaller than a right angle, so we can say that they are less than 90 degrees in size, which is, of course, is a right angle. And then we can have a look at obtuse angles. And they are bigger than acute, but they're not a 90-degree angle because that belongs to a right angle. So we can say that they are 91 degrees or anything above 90, all the way up to 179 degrees, less than 180 degrees because that's for a straight line angle. Okay, now, so what we'll do is we'll look at each of the angles in turn, starting with angle number 1, and we're going to decide whether it is smaller or it is bigger than a right angle. And we can use lots of things to help us here. Right angles are everywhere. They're everywhere in our classrooms, in our bedrooms, at home. Okay, even a book, the corner of a book is a right angle, so you can look and decide, well, is that corner, so is angle 1, is that bigger or smaller than the corner of my maths book? And you can clearly see that it's bigger, so it's an obtuse angle. So if I take the angle and place it into the obtuse column over here. Next we're on to question 2, or angle 2, and this time we can see that it's much smaller. Sorry, let's get the right tool. We can see that it's much smaller, and it's clearly smaller than the corner of our book. So this time it's an acute angle. Next, on to question 3, which is bigger than angle 2, but we can also see that it's smaller than the corner of our book, our right angle. So again, this is another acute angle. And then finally, we have angle number 4 down at the bottom, which is quite similar to angle number 1, and it's much bigger, in fact, than the corner of a table or corner of your exercise book, your maths book. So that means it must be bigger than the right angle, so it's an obtuse angle. And so next we need to place them into order, and clearly the acute angles here are smaller than the obtuse angles on the right, so we're going to start here. And I always think, imagine this is your very favourite type of pizza or cake, and you're going to choose, you've got a choice of these two slices, and you're feeling a bit hungry, so which one are you going to take? Well, I would personally take the bigger slice because I'm hungry. So we can clearly see that this one here, okay, which was so angle number 3, is the bigger of the two. So that means this is going to be the smallest up here. So that's in first place. This second acute angle is going to be in second place. Then we're going to move on to the obtuse angles. Okay, over here. And we're going to have a look to see which one of the two is biggest. And as you can see, they are very, very similar. So it's going to be not as easy to compare as the acute angles were. If I take a copy of this second acute angle, and place it a little closer to the first one, we can clearly see that actually the second acute angle, if I just highlight that for you down here, this second one here, it's clearly straight. It's closer to being straight than the one at the top. Okay, so that means that this one is the third largest, and then the largest one is the one at the end. Okay, so you should have an order of angle 2 followed by angle 3 then angle 1, and finally the largest one is angle 4. Thank you very much for listening today, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. And please subscribe to the My Mini Maths YouTube channel for all the latest videos and updates. Take care now.